Welcome back. It is Monday, June 12th on the MLB. Our three favorite picks are on the way. It's Austin, joined by Logan. Let's recap yesterday. It was a 1-3 day to close out the week. The Marlins, White Sox over 8.5, which was a little bit of plus money there. That cashes in electric fashion. Marlins end up storming back in the top of the ninth, winning it outright. Then we had Yoshida and Matt McClain to get a hit. Obviously, Mazataka did not come through. McClain did his job. Rockies didn't feel like scoring in the first five, but ended up hitting the regular team total. That's just kind of how it works. Logan took the first five team total. And the Royals, Orioles, nerfy did not hit. We should have just ran it back with the Marlins, nerfy. Nerfies are cashing all year. It's been a frustrating, and I think Logan can agree with this. It's been a frustrating MLB stretch. Feels like we have a 3-1, a 2-1 day, then we follow it up with a 1-3 day. It's been a very up and down nature. Hopefully we can get a hot streak going. You guys know we have had hot streaks that have gone for a couple weeks before. Let's hopefully start one today. But Logan, you got one pick for the people. What's it going to be?
Yeah, I'm wearing this color blue today for the team that I'm picking. It's a nasty pick. People are going to love it. I'm taking the Royals on the money line, minus 120 odds on FanDuel. Currently your best value. Now, if you're looking at this and you're like, do you try to on purposely pick the worst teams? No, I don't. But what I can tell you is that the 18-47 Royals are favored over the 31-35 Reds. So make sense for a minute. Look, everyone loves to bet the Reds, and I get it. They're a fun young team. But that's kind of emotion betting, right? You fall in love with certain teams and you think, wow, like there's no way they can lose to an inferior Royals team. But I'm betting on the line in this one because I'm telling you, the line, why would the odds makers make, once again, the Reds plus value? Look, I get why they would make them plus value against the Cardinals over the weekend. And they were a really good underdog spot in two of those three games. But at this one, I'm like, why would they make them underdogs? Well, Zach Greinke's pitching for the Royals. 3.00 ERA and a 1.09 whip at home. Those are pretty decent numbers for the veteran. Greinke also is a pitch-to-contact pitcher that rarely walks batters. He's 97th percentile in walk percentage. We know what Zach Greinke's game evolved to nowadays. I mean, his line for K-prop sits at like 3.5 for a reason. He's not really going to get the swing and a miss. He's not really going to strike out batters. What he's going to do with his sinker slider is bury those pitches and get the hitters to top it and do some ground balls that way. That's the type of pitcher Zach Greinke is. Now you look at Cincinnati hitting 257 in their last three road games. Solid average. Three of the Reds' best hitters, though, are righties. India, Steer, and McClain. Now, why does that matter? Because Greinke versus right-handed batters is only allowing a 212 batting average compared to lefties where he's allowing a 307 batting average. So lefties do see Greinke well, but the three of the Reds' best hitters that I just mentioned are right-handed hitters. So I actually think he matches up pretty well against those guys. And I think the crafty veteran will hold down that Reds offense to give us a chance against Luke Weaver today. Luke Weaver starts for the Reds, 6.27 ERA and a 1.42 whip. Those are not great numbers at all for Luke Weaver. I don't know how, if you are backing the Reds, you're confidently backing Luke Weaver, because look at his metrics as well. 44.9% hard hit percentage. That's 20th percentile. Expected slugging, 464. That's 21st percentile. And expected batting average, 259. That's 31st percentile. So really, Luke Weaver, I don't really know what numbers you're looking at that are encouraging, because the only thing that might be encouraging is how the Royals are hitting 228 in their last three games. That does slightly increase to 237 at home this season. But I mean, just look at Luke Weaver. He's allowing 324 batting average versus righties, 253 versus left-handed batters as well. So and I know there are some very capable right-handed batters like Bobby Witt Jr. and Salvi Perez that are in this lineup, and that Luke Weaver will probably struggle against. Now, I think they will get enough hits and runs up on him to make this bullpen discrepancy closer than it should be, right? Kansas City 29th in bullpen ERA, Cincinnati 12th in bullpen ERA. Look, even though there is a huge bullpen discrepancy, and the line was formed with that in mind, do you think the odds makers just are going to ignore the fact that the Royals bullpen is so much worse than the Reds bullpen? I don't think so. I think at the end of the day, they're going to allow Greinke enough run support by hitting Luke Weaver, and I think it's going to hopefully neutralize that bullpen, and maybe the Royals do give up a few runs, but it won't really matter. So I am going to take the Royals on the money line, and a pick that everyone will go down and tell me how much they love. I'm sure about that. But Austin, what do you got for the player props today?
Yeah, so I got another hit parlay, and I do want to say I don't think it will start today, but I'm gonna start doing more of these. Probably you'll do one in the video, and then maybe one after the video when we see lineups that come out. Because there are some times when we've seen me take, a Matt McClain and Ellie De La Cruz same game parlay. We've seen that before, and I sometimes like targeting the same pitcher to record a hit, but I don't normally like to do those because, like I said, if one of the guys does not play, pinch hits, we're kind of in a tough spot there. So if I ever do add a play, it will be in the pinned comment section down below, and obviously we'll send it out to our paying members, and we'll send it out on Twitter for free later on in the day as well. But as for my two leg hit parlay, probably won't add one today since it's a short slate. It's gonna be two guys. One's gonna be of the Reds, Ellie De La Cruz, and the other's gonna be JD Davis of the San Francisco Giants, each to record a hit, currently plus 108 on DraftKings. This is minus 104 on FanDuel. I think plus 101 or 2.01 extra money on Sleeper. If maybe you're in a non-legal betting state, go to Sleeper, sign up there. Make sure you use code COS so you get double your first deposit. But as I always say, you want to take this on DraftKings if you can, because especially with the guy on the Giants like JD Davis, the Giants are our team that always switches around their lineups. However, I do expect Davis in there as they're facing a left-handed pitcher. They normally want to stack righties in that situation. JD Davis is a righty. But we'll talk about Ellie De La Cruz and how that might conflict a little bit with Logan's pick in a little bit. But let's start with JD Davis because he's the guy that's going to start first at 7:45 p.m. Eastern time. Now, Davis hitting pretty solid on the year, 286. I can't guarantee where he spots in the lineup today, but normally in the 3 or 4 spot, and they normally like him there. And he's hitting 308 versus lefties and 304 on the road. He's going to face a lefty and Matthew Liberatore of the Cardinals, and he's going to be on the road in St. Louis. So I like JD Davis to come in here and get us a hit. And when I look at the line for this one, the Giants are favored in this spot. And while they have Logan Webb, who I'd argue is better than Liberatore on the mound, at the same time, you rarely see the Cardinals as underdogs at home. Normally, even when the greatest teams in the league come there, they normally give a lot of respect to the Cardinals at home. So the fact that they're favoring this Giants team, I think they expect not only Logan Webb to pitch pretty well, but also to them to get some run support. And they're not really going to get a ton of run support if JD Davis, the guy literally batting probably in cleanup, isn't doing some damage for him. So I like him to get a hit. You look at Liberatore allowing a 319 batting average to right-handed batters. He's throwing a lot of 46% four-seam fastball and 27% curveball. You look at Davis, 286 batting average versus four-seamers, 300 versus curveball. So two pretty solid pitches for him to hit. And we know once, the Cardinals starter comes out, that bullpen can't be trusted at all. So JD should have his chances to get it done. Now, next up, let's talk about Ellie De La Cruz. Now, we talked about him in the second game of his MLB career. He hit a nuke for us in the first inning. Well, I don't necessarily hope he hits a nuke here because that would hurt Logan badly. But this isn't a straight fade, of Logan's pick. And in regard, hey, Ellie De La Cruz can get a hit, and the rest of the Reds team could do no damage. And that's certainly possible. And as we already talked about, Logan brought up, Greinke been struggling versus left-handed batters. This is a Reds team that really doesn't have a lot of lefties that they really put in their lineup. They might give them like 3, maybe 4, but larger part going to be a lot of righties out there. And this is a guy in Ellie De La Cruz that is going to bat switch hitter, so he's probably going to bat lefty against Greinke. And you look at De La Cruz batting 364 in the year, has a hit in all 6 career games, 5 for 12, 467 versus right-handed pitchers. Greinke is a righty, and like Logan said, allowing a 307 batting average versus left-handed batters. So I certainly think Ellie De La Cruz can get it done. And honestly, one of the main reasons we're here is this, as I talked about when we talked about him the other day, 99th percentile in sprint speed. We've seen so many examples where he makes terrible contact, just like a bounce right into the dirt and goes bouncing up, and De La Cruz beats it out. This is a guy that he has to be hit a clean ground ball to someone, or there's going to be a good chance that De La Cruz can beat the throw out to first base. So I think at the end of the day, he's going to have his chances. Probably bats in the 4 spot for this Reds offense, and I think he can easily get a hit against Greinke. And as Logan said, there's some guys in that Royals bullpen that he could get a hit against too. So I like De La Cruz to get it done. Maybe if it's a cheap ground ball, I'll take it. I won't complain about it at all. I think he gets a hit. Hopefully it doesn't come at the detriment of Logan's pick, but I don't think it will. If you're going to back the Royals, today is the day to do it. Tomorrow, I believe they got Jordan Lyles on the mound. And even if they're favored, I don't think Logan's crazy enough to back Jordan Lyles and the Royals just yet. But maybe catch him in August or September. Then maybe that might be a different answer. But De La Cruz, JD Davis, get a hit. We're relying on you guys. But Logan, you know what time it is. Nerfy Nation time. Let's get out the flags. Let's get out the music. Let's get out a winner. That's what the people ask us for. And I feel, man, just like our cyclical nature of our up and down, Nerfy Nation cannot get into the positives. We are getting so close, and then we lose one, sends us a little bit down. But hopefully we can get into the positives. I think it only requires you like a 3 or 4 game win streak. And I honestly, if people are looking at the slate, do they even need to watch the video after right now? They can probably click off because they know where we're going. We're going Marlins and Mariners, taking the no-win first inning taking the under 0.5 runs in the first inning. It's minus 120 on BetMGM. You guys know we probably should just take, Marlins nerfies every day because this has been the one team that has been reliable for us in cash, and these other ones just feel like a straight coin flip. But let's talk about this one. I'm going to talk about Bryce Miller. Now, Miller's last 2 starts, let's be honest, haven't been too great. The guy was giving up like 6 and 7 earned runs, but still confident he can come out here, get us those first 3 outs. He's 5-2 on no on first innings. And as we talked about, Marlins, 29th in first inning runs. So look, at the end of the day, if the Marlins score in the first inning, tip your cap to him. You say, hey, respect, but they've really been offense, really struggling. I think Miller, a righty, I think he can get his job done, get us those first 3 outs. Who's on the other side, Logan?
Yeah, it's Jesus Luzardo. He's going for us for the Marlins today. He's 12-1 on no-run first innings this season, and I will go out and put this out there. If he nerfies again for us, he'll be a nerfy goat just with his teammate Sandy. He will, because Jesus Luzardo has been one of the best pitchers in the first inning and a guy that we've definitely run it back with several times. The Mariners, 24th in first inning runs. With the over-under being set to 7.5, I think this is a good no-run first inning spot to target. And if you look at just who Luzardo is going to have to face, yeah, he'll face some decent power in there. Julio Rodriguez is a very annoying person to have on base because he will try to steal second. But I'm very confident Jesus Luzardo can kind of pitch out of the jam because he does have the put-away pitches. That's what you need for a no-run first inning pitcher. And I do like these 2 guys. I think they're going to get it done for us, Nerfy Nation. Let's fly the flags again.
Let's get a 6 quick outs. That's all we're asking for. Nothing else. We don't care how you do after that inning. Honestly, Luzardo's kind of been stinking it up after the first inning. But hey, we don't care about that. Just get us those first 3 outs. Bryce Miller, get us those 3 outs. Let's fly the flags. Let's have a 3-0 day. We will have a parlay of the day on dimers. We linked right here on the screen if you want to go check it out. We do this Monday, Wednesday, Friday. This one should be some alternate run lines and game lines that we also considered for our regular picks. It's a little bit different, but check it out. Check out our NBA Finals Game 5 favorite video, and we'll see you guys back in tomorrow, Tuesday, Dinger Tuesday coming up. We'll have some plays then. We'll see you guys there. Peace.